Okay, timelines. If we were to draw a timeline, let's just draw a simple line. And in math class, you're familiar with having various points along the timeline. And these aren't going to be drawn very well. If we put the 0 in the middle, we know that if we move this way to the right, the numbers go up. So they kind of go up like this, 1, 2, 3. And if we go this way, we know the numbers still go up, except for we have negatives. So they go up 1, 2, 3, but they are negatives. A timeline works very similar in that we still have a line. So let me draw a line here. And we're still going to put these little hash marks on here. Except something's a little bit different. We're still going to have 0 here. And this is where time starts in terms of the calendar and timelines that we use. If we go over here, I'm going to write this date. It's 100. And this will be 200. And this will be 300. If we go to the left, we're going to do the same thing. 100, 200, 300. Alright, now this is where it gets potentially confusing. The dates to the right are dates that we're familiar with. We're currently in the year 2011. Next year will be 2012. It just keeps going up higher. These are called AD dates, or Anno Domini. So we put the AD underneath these dates, and these are the dates that we're most familiar with. As we go this way, the number increases. Now when we go to the left, these are dates that refer to as BC or BCE, before Christ or before Common Era. It just depends on which terminology you're using. Those numbers also go up. And they look at, in terms of the calendar we use, is that the 0 is the date that, according to historical records, that Jesus Christ was born, and that is where the calendar is based off of. So all of the dates to the right are AD dates, and all of the dates to the left are BC dates. Okay, so if we looked at I was born in 100 BC, and let's say I die on 100 AD, I've actually lived 200 years. Because 100 BC to 0, the space here is 100 years, and then from 0 to 100 AD is another 100 years. So that's where things can get confusing. BCs always happen before ADs. So if you're looking at a date, 300 BC happened before 100 BC. However, if you look at ADs, 100 AD happens before 300. So they're kind of reverse. So if we look at a quick sample, if we look at these numbers, 100 AD, 500 BC, 750 BC, and 800 AD. If we looked at these three dates and we had to figure out which one happened first, the first thing I always do is I look at for BCs. BCs are always going to happen before ADs, so that I know that one of these two dates happened first. And when you're looking at BCs, if you remember our timeline, the bigger numbers always happened first. So if we look at our dates here, so which of these dates has to be the first one? Well, the 750. This one had to happen first because it is the largest number and therefore the furthest to the left on our timeline. And then our only other BC date is 500, so that one has to have happened second, chronologically speaking. And then we go to our ADs, and ADs work just like our normal timeline. The smaller number happens first, and the bigger number happens last. And that is how you organize your timelines. BCs are always first, ADs are always last. When you're looking at BCs, the biggest number always happened first, and the smaller one happens second. But when you're talking about ADs, small number first, big number second. Alright, everything to the left of the year 0 is BC, everything to the right is AD.